Y'all, so before we get started on this video, let me just say, when I was making this video, it was under the impression that this hair was going to roll out the beginning of May, and it was going to be for purchase for all of y'all. However, in wearing the hair, because it was a brand new hair, they asked me my opinions and everything on it, and as I began to wear the hair throughout the week, it went left pretty fast. And when I contacted Be Famous Beauty about it, she decided to pull it and not to release it. That's what I like about them. They real. If it don't work, they're not gonna put it out. But so just know this hair is not going to be for purchase. She went back to the drawing board and going to try to find something a little bit more similar, like as far as a look goes, because it's gorgeous hair, but something that's going to last longer than what this did. But I didn't want the video to be scrapped because it is a very good technique for y'all to use with any other kind of hair. So with that being said, let's get into the tutorial, but I'm sorry the hair won't be for purchase. Hey y'all. What can we do? This don't feel like it's so high enough. I can't help it. Anyway, hey y'all. I got this tripod up because I've been taking pictures or whatever, right? But I forgot I needed to do an intro to this video. So, hi. Hello, all of my family, all my old subscribers, all my new subscribers. Thank y'all so much. I know I have a lot of new subscribers that came over from Mary Kay Bella. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Like, I'm not going to start because I cry. And y'all know, once I cry, ain't no recovering. And I need to salvage this makeup. I got to get all the use out of it that I can get out of it, okay? Anyway, so today we are doing a install that requires no braids whatsoever. So no cornrows, no flat twists, nothing. We are using rubber bands. Listen, I put it down in the description box, but some of y'all don't be going to the description box, okay? So let me just say this. Be careful. Be careful. If you have any kind of condition, you struggle with breakage, weak, thinning, edges, stuff like that, this is not going to be for you, okay? Now, not to say that this isn't healthy for your hair, because it can be if done correctly, but if you have pre-existing conditions, do not try this method. If you do, you on your own. You feel me? You on your own. Listen, I do plan on doing some crochet videos for people who have alopecia, stuff like that, because I have worked on those clients before. I just never recorded them because they never really wanted to be recorded, and I respect that, and I didn't. I had one that I did record. Anyway, I had one that I did record that she didn't mind at all, but I didn't make it a full video. It was just like a little clip or whatever. I know I need to put that and have that on my channel, and I will eventually. I think I'm going to do a new one. Anyway, so the reason why I'm here talking right now is because I just want to be sure that you guys understand that there are ways to do this safely and to keep your hair healthy. And we're going to go over those things. So as you watch, I will be putting tips on the screen to make sure that you have all the information that you need before you move forward with doing this on your own hair, okay? So just be sure that you watch the whole video. You make sure you get all of the tips. But if there's any tip, if you ignore all of them and you just take one, take this one. Don't make them rubber bands too tight. Did you hear me? No, I'm talking. Don't make them rubber bands too tight. Okay? Do not make them rubber bands tight, especially up here, okay? I cannot stress that enough. They're going to be loose. They're going to be like, this is not going to stay loose, okay? That's fine, because the further you get back with the rubber bands, the tighter it will get, okay? So you just want the rubber band to be up there enough to stay, all right? I can't tell you how many times to knot it, because everybody is different. Everybody has a thicker or thinner, texture hair. The density is all different. What worked for me might not work for you. I might do mine 5 or 6 times. You may only need 2. What I'm saying is just make sure it is not tight if you feel it. Not if it hurts. If you feel it. If you can close your eyes and still know that it's there because you can feel it, it's too tight. Okay? It's too tight. All the other tips, cool. We're going to put that in the video because I don't want to talk too long. But I just want to be sure that you understand that, okay? Because you're not going, oh, Lord. See? Okay. You're not going to blame me, okay? You're not going to blame me if you put that shit too tight and then it should come out and then, you recede it and then you be like, girl, Shay NISH told me to do it. That's what happened. No, Shay NISH did not tell you to do that, okay? Okay? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead with the video. All right, listen, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that our hair is good and moisturized. I can't stress that enough. Detangle your hair, make sure it's moisturized, make sure your scalp is moisturized. I do not put oil on my rubber bands because I feel like they make them break. And I've never had an issue with breaking rubber bands, and I feel like that's because I don't put oil on them. But I do make sure that my hair has a very good texture. A very good moisturized barrier on it. Moisturizing lotion and oil, like a sealing oil on top of it. I make sure it's good and moisturized before I touch my hair with rubber bands. Now, this first row that's around your edges, you want to make sure to bring that rubber band to the front of the base. You want it to be as close to your hairline as possible. You want to make sure to pull out your edges, though. Those fine little edges around the front, pull those out. They don't need to be there, okay? They don't need to be in the rubber band. Make sure to just pull those out and let them be. Even if you don't do baby hairs, if you don't do edges, doesn't matter. Just still don't put those up in the rubber band. Just sweep them to the side or something. Anyway, after that, it really doesn't matter where the rubber band is placed on the base, as long as the front row is at your hairline. After that, it doesn't matter until you get to the back, and you'll see in the back you're going to do the same thing. Now, I have an undercut, so just apply what I do right above my undercut to your nape area, okay? But I pretty much take that rubber band and reverse it like I did the first one. You know what I'm saying? So like the rubber band that's in the front, we're going to put it around the hairline in the back as well. So you'll see that in just a minute. I don't worry about super straight parts as long as it ain't looking wacky. I feel like your natural part is fine with me. And again, this is DIY status. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this ourselves. I can't say that I would suggest doing this on a client unless y'all have a really good communication or a line of communication, because you need to be able to feel that rubber band. You know what I'm saying? Because some clients will sit there and won't say a word and they be hurting. You feel me? But you have to be able to feel it yourself and know, oh, wait a minute, I can feel this. It's too loose. I mean, it's too tight. It's too tight. So I just want to be sure those rubber bands are not too tight. Okay? So I'm going to show you the, I guess you call that a braiding pattern, even though we ain't braiding. And I don't think I'll be back during this portion. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just using rubber bands to create a roll all the way through. You want to be sure that the back doesn't have the legs of the hair. If that makes sense. So y'all know what a leg is by now, right? The leg of the hair to be in the very back. I want it to be towards, the center, not at the top, because we don't want a big mass at the top of our head, but you see kind of where I have mine. Y'all that don't have undercuts will have more room to disguise that. I don't have a lot of room because of my undercut. That's fine. It's an even trade-off because I love my undercut. Gives for so many reasons for me. But yeah, I'll show y'all. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. You can kind of see right there that first rubber band slipped. It's not a big deal. I was trying to pull it down, but it's not a super big deal. But that's how loose they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll slip sometimes, and that's fine. They will tighten up as you start to install. That's just me showing y'all. I almost knocked down my iPad because I was trying to watch a show. It's a good show on Hulu. Y'all should check it out. I put it down in the description box as well. But anyway, yeah, so the rubber bands, they are extremely loose. I just put them in there enough to hold the hair in place, and that's it. Because when you start installing the hair, the strands of hair is going to secure it down. So, yeah. right there, I was just showing you that I forgot. I forgot to put the base braids in the big braids. So I'm not even going to undo it. You see, I just twist it, put it in a crochet needle and pull it through and put it in the ponytail, okay? Like, you know, shit happens. It's all good. Just take it and tug it in there. So right here, I'm just being sure to detangle my hair to get it as flat as possible. Now, of course, if you know how to do flat twists or something like that, it would be beneficial to do that. But if you don't, that's okay. You see, I just twist it with my hair. I twist it with my hair. I twist it with my hand and then take it and pull it through to the other side of the ponytails. And that's basically what we're doing. We're going to tuck those few ponytails that's in the back. We're just going to take them and tuck them into each other underneath the rubber bands. And no, it will not feel tight. It will feel like, oh my gosh, this is probably going to come out, but it won't. I promise you, once you start to install the hair, we're going to secure all of that down. So it's not going to be an issue. I promise you that, okay? So just keep watching.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt? Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, everything, anything that we see.
So this hair again was sent to me from Be Famous Beauty. I am so excited to work with them again, y'all. It has been over a year since I have worked with Be Famous Beauty. I absolutely love the company. Now listen, let me just say this. You will notice that in some of my videos, my older videos where I was working with Be Famous Beauty on the regular, a lot of people were saying, oh, I didn't get my package, or my package, you know, took a while to get here. Listen, they have a standard processing time. And I can't remember exactly how long it is. It was like 11 days or something like that. I don't know. But they have a processing time. I understand y'all being excited because when I order my stuff, I want it yesterday. You feel me? I totally get it. But you have to allow them time to process it. They are not a huge company. They are not Amazon. They are a small Black-owned business. And they take their time, as you see with the packaging and everything. Like, it takes time. But I can say this with 100% confidence. Anybody who has ever reached out to me, anybody that's ever told me they had an issue, they resolved it immediately, okay? Immediately. I don't know of any time that anybody has actually bought, purchased from them and not gotten their product. And let me say this, it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait for so many reasons. For one, I mean, clearly it's good hair. It's good hair. It's going to last you 6 to 8 weeks, hell, if not longer. Of course, I wouldn't suggest keeping in any hair longer than 8 weeks, but the hair is good hair. You feel me? Like, it's beautiful. It's different. It's not something that's on every shelf. You're not going to run into it everywhere you go. You're not going to show up to the cookout and 7 of y'all going to be looking the same. You feel me? Like, it's quality. It's quality, and it's worth the wait every time, every single time. So for me, and listen, don't wait till the last minute to order this hair. If you need it on Saturday and it's Wednesday, that's not going to be it. It's not going to get here by then. They are not Amazon. Okay. So y'all just keep that in mind when you're getting ready to order. I'm not telling you not to order it because I feel like I love it. I love the hair. But if you're in a time crunch and this is something that you need tomorrow, this is not going to be it. This is not going to be it. Okay? Now, like I said, the packaging is A1. It comes with a snapback spray tester or sample, and then it came with a crochet needle. The hair is in a net. You can't tell that it's in a net, but it's in a net. And you see that blonde color? It's got like highs and lows in it. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful blend. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Yeah. So the hair, and it also came in different layers, like different lengths. So, you know, I always start with the longest at my nape and then work my way up. But the hair is absolutely beautiful. It's split like butter. You'll see that in a minute. But yeah, let's get into the install. So once I pull the hair through, what I'm doing is taking half of each leg to make 3 strands. And we're going to take that strand that I'm making and pull it through the center of the 2. It's going to go underneath the rubber band and in the middle of my strand of hair that's going up into the next rubber band, if that makes sense. Hopefully you can see kind of what I'm doing when I'm just looping the hair around. Now that is the process that I'm going to use all the way around. Well, I won't say all the way around the perimeter, but for the front and the back, that is the method I'm going to use. And I'm going to use it on each row, at the beginning of each row. So let's repeat the process, but I'm going to slow it down some. Now here I'm going to use my brow shaver and I'm going to lightly graze over the hair. You want to make sure not to do it too rough. It really just depends on the texture of hair that you're working with. If you're working with this hair and particularly, it feels thicker. The shafts feel thicker. I don't know. So I had to use a little bit more force than I would say human hair or a silkier hair. So just make sure it's just a little bit. You can always just do the little and then go back and do more if you need to, but always just start out with a little. And I don't know for the life of me where my back comb is. I don't know where it is. If you have a back comb, cool. If you don't, cool. Just use a smoothing brush. Or even a edge brush. Edge brush take a little bit more work because it's smaller. But you know, if you got a smoothing brush or something like what I'm working with, that's cool too. I actually kind of liked it more than I did the back comb, honestly. But you know, we'll see. We'll see in installs to come if that's going to be a staple for me or not. But you just want to make sure to tease those edges. I always start out usually in the inside. Like on the reverse side of what I'm doing right now. Start out that way and then I go to the back and do it. But I already knew I wanted it to like really get in there, and I knew I was going to do both sides. So that's why I did it. But generally speaking, because you know, y'all will be different. Y'all will be working with different kinds of hair. So I always start out with the inside, like where I'm doing it at right now. And then if you need to, do it on the outside. But you just want to tease afterwards. And then if you need more static, then go back with the brow shaver, do it a little bit more, pull out the excess that you cut off, and then begin to tease again. Now, I also take a comb, and you'll see that in a minute, and I pack it down some more. It's kind of like I'm back combing it, but what I'm really doing is taking those short strands and packing it at the root so that it creates more static right there. So I'll show y'all the results of that in just a second. Okay, so right here we're doing the sides, and basically if you're familiar with crochet at all, then of course you guys know the one-sided knotless braid has been around for ages. Y'all are not new to this one. If you're on this video finna try this install, then y'all ain't new to this. You feel me? Like, you know, the one-sided knotless install. Now I'm going to do it a little bit different, but the beginning is all the same. I pulled the hair through the loop, left one leg out, and then I'm just securing the knot. If y'all watch me, then y'all know I secure the knots. I believe in securing a knot, and I have a video on that if you are not familiar with how to secure your knots. You know, y'all go check that out. But then the leg that's left, that's over there with the knot, we're going to take it and we're going to pull it through to the other side, right beside the other leg. I'm going to show you. And what this does is it cuts down on how much hair we use. Because of course we would have to use another strand to fill in right beside that braid, right? Or right beside that knot. So the fact that we're just taking the other leg and pulling it down beside it, that's one less strand that we have to use. So essentially is, well, I can't talk today. Essentially, oh my God. Essentially what we're doing is cutting down the amount of hair by 50% on that strand. Okay. So let's watch it again.
I had a dream last night. Did everything I never do in real life. I stepped into a room, told everyone to be quiet, cause I had something to say. Blew everybody away, wear whatever I want. Dressed in a gown, everybody's like, why, where you going? Nowhere special, just going to the store. I think I'd have it all, tell you I have even more. Picking a plate, being a plate, she is unruly. Never seen her like this, didn't think it existed, no truly. Don't get in her way, she's not here to play, she'll get moody. But don't mistake this girl for being me, cause these are dream rules. This is someone else, I'm not myself, no, no. Cause these are dream rules. This is someone else, I'm not myself, no, no. Living in my dreams all night. Living in my dreams all night. Living in my dreams.
Now here we are applying the same technique that we used in the back. I'm going to do it to the front as well. You'll really be able to see it when I add the blonde. I'm going to show you, but I'm just going to run through this black one as well. But when I start to add the blonde, you'll really be able to see because of the contrast of color.
She can make all the problems disappear. She could tell you the things you wanna hear. She could read your mind and that she could believe all the little lies you tell yourself at night. Never get it wrong, it's always right. Making a plate, being a plate, she is unruly. Never seen her like this, didn't think it existed, no truly. Don't get in her way, she's not here to play, she'll get moody. But don't mistake this girl for being me, cause these are dream rules. This is someone else, I'm not myself, no, no. Cause these are dream rules. This is someone else, I'm not myself, no, no.
So in the back, we're going to be filling that in with regular crochet knots. Now, the only thing you need to remember here is you're not just attaching this hair to the rubber bands or the strands of hair that are in the rubber bands. You want to make sure to slide that crochet needle across your scalp. You need it to be at the base. You need it to go through the base of some of those rubber bands, okay? Some of those little tiny ponytails that you created while doing the rubber bands, you need to be sure that your needle goes through there. And you want to attach the crochet hair with the base of a braid and a strand of a piece of hair. Okay? As you see, I am going underneath the strand of hair down to the base. I'm scraping, making contact with my scalp with that needle. Okay? This reinforces and locks everything down. And the only thing you need to do special, you don't have to do knotless or anything like that, but be sure that you secure these knots. You do not want these knots to be loose or come loose at all, because this is what secures your braiding pattern together. Not the rubber bands, not the actual strand, but this securing method, locking those knots, is what keeps the style together for 8 weeks. So even if you have a rubber band to snap, which I haven't yet, but if you do, it will stay because that knot is secured. I have done this method and gotten my hair wet. I have swam, all of that. You know, if y'all have watched me for a while, then you know this is not my first time. Okay, see there, my camera just started recording and I didn't know. I didn't understand why, because I didn't touch it. So I was looking at it like, what's going on? But anyway, I have swam with this hair, exercised with this hair. I've done all kinds of things using this method. Okay, it will stay as long as you secure those knots. Okay, that's the most important part. Okay, so they can be teased together and kept like that. Or if you are going to be splitting it, if that's going to be where your part is, you can split that in between, and it will work just fine. You'll see in a minute. And the rest of the video is pretty much me just filling in. I'm going to do that method all the way across the front. And then when I do my parts, I'm going to do the invisible one-sided part. That's the same method that we used by our ears. On that row there when we were creating the perimeter on the side, I'm going to use that for our parts. And then everywhere else, I'm going to do regular crochet knots. I secure all of my knots except for the ones around the perimeter because they're pretty secure without doing a double knot or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will show you guys the final look at the end of the video. If you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section. I hope that you give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Yeah, just share it with a friend. You feel me? Like, even if you don't have a friend to share it with, hit the copy link for me. Okay, it helps my analytics. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy these tutorials and being able to share what I know with you. For all of my new viewers, all of my new subscribers, thank you so much. I love that you're here. All of my videos, they're all different in some sort of way. I don't use the same pattern every time. I don't use the same methods every time. I don't use the same knots every time. Of course, I have my favorites that are going to be sprinkled a lot more than the rest. But on each video, even the ones that I don't talk in, you'll see a different method. And you can guarantee, if I'm not breaking something down to you, it's because there's a specific video for it already. So if you're watching my videos and all it is music and we vibing and we doing, a different knot, and you see it and you're like, what is that? Go to my videos, go to my crochet playlist and look for those knots. Like, it'll be a video for it, I promise you. And if for some reason you can't find it, let me know and I'll link it. And if I can't find it and I'd have missed something, then I will make a video for it. That I promise you. Okay. So thanks again for being here. Shout out to Mary Kay Bella. Shout out to Leah Levon, because both of y'all have really put fire to my channel, and I just appreciate y'all so very much. I'm truly humbled, man. Why am I such a crybaby? Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. Bye.